Hey guys, how you doing? Raymond here from the Raymond Report with a little bit of diamond surfing for a Wednesday, July 27th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Wacky Wednesdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report, which is based on value percentage play, performance cycles, player availability / injuries, and we use a very disciplined money management system chart. You can see that chart each and every day if you just log on to atsstats.com, go to ATS Tools, Tutorials, and you will get this chart along with some videos of the Raymond Report. And if you want to learn our sports betting system, you can each and every day just by logging on to atsstats.com, and it's only $4.99 for a weekly membership. All right, let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. This is my Dow Jones Industrial. This is what I look at each and every day to see what has come in, because I do like to bet the favorites in baseball, and I like to track, put my finger on the pulse on the market and see where the betting audience is looking at and what the bookmakers are seeing, right? Like my good friend Ross Benjamin says all the time, think like a bookmaker and see what they see and react accordingly. Perception versus reality, that's the name of the game of sports betting. Last 7 days, you can see here the favorites, 60.4% of the favorites have cashed in, so we're right back in a bullish market. You can see last night, 9-6 for the favorites, 10-4-1 to the over, and looking at the 7-day average, 57.3% of the overs have cashed in the last 7 days, so we are very bullish when it comes to betting the totals. Now, whenever we're in a bullish market, I always recommend you lower your units, right? You can't predict, trying to predict when the bulls are going to start slowing down. It's like trying to catch a falling knife, right? You can't. But the only thing you can control is how much money you wager on those picks. So be careful if you're betting on the favorites and the totals on the overs. And maybe for totals anyways, you'd want to wait until you're back in a neutral market if you are betting heavy again. All right, let's take a look at the daily roundup. You can see right here, we got a lot of day games today. In fact, the first one today is at 12:35 in Philadelphia. You got the old veteran Charlie Morton up against Kyle Gibson. Now, Morton got a 4.59 ERA on the road. That's a little bit concerning to me, but I do like Atlanta in this one. I'm giving them a 52.6% chance of winning this game here today compared to 43.6%, and that's the Cal, the chance of winning the percentage play. And anytime I look at the underdog, it has to be over 40%. Some people will say, well, Ron, what about 38, 39.2? 40%. If it's not 40%, then it doesn't fit my criteria in the sports betting tip sheet. So then I just give it a pass. And I'll give you a good example on Minnesota. I love Archer today, but the chance of winning is, I think, 38% for Minnesota. All right, so back to this one here between the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. You can see Atlanta, they started the year off slow, 26-19 on the road compared to 33-21 at home, where Philadelphia, after they fired Girardi, did start playing a little bit better. And against those A-type teams that are above 60% in the standings, they do struggle a bit. 16-18. They are neutral, though. 16 days. So, you know what? This can go either way here today, but I'm going to go with the old veteran Charlie Morton. Neutral means the team is either 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7 games. And on the daily market value index, I had Atlanta at minus 130. You can see they're overvalued today at minus 160. And I talked about rule number 5 of the Raymond Report, the money management system. Anytime you're using the this chart here, the PPV or the VPP, the value percentage play chart, always look at the bet unit recommendation at the bottom, at the top here, and in this column, and it'll let you know. And if you're wondering, okay, why does he have his backgrounds yellow, red / pink, if you're colorblind like I am, and green, right? So anytime you see anything in red or pink, that means that team is bearish. That means they're either 2-5, 1-6, or 0-7 in their last 7 games. I don't touch bearish teams until they get back in the neutral cycle, meaning 3-4, 4-3 in the last 7. And teams that are in green, that means they're 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 in their last 7. And that's how I follow my streaks. I know sometimes you see like a team on a 3-game win streak, a 4-game win streak, a 5-game win streak, but you don't know if they're between cycles. You don't know if they're between series. And this is why I tend to look at neutral cycles, or the VI I call it here, the value index. And I'd like to see what, if a team's on a 4-game cycle winning streak, to me, depending, it could be 4-3, or who knows, prior to the other games. I look at games in 7-game cycles, so that's why you see yellow, red, and green in the background. San Diego, Yu Darvish going today. Here's the thing with Yu Darvish. He's got a 4.7 ERA on the road, but 1.94 at home at Petco. So he tends to pitch better at Petco, where he's 5-1. I do like San Diego here today on my on bullpenpicks.com. I already posted my picks. I'll show you that in a minute. San Diego at minus 140 is the line. My line value of 151. So you are getting a little bit of a $11 discount today if you'd like Darvish and the Padres. And then Kansas City against LA. The Angels, the Halos, man. You know, as much as I love Mike Trout and the Angels, they must be the most overrated team every year for the last 5 years. For some reason, they just cannot put it together, and always broken dreams, right? If you're an Angels fan, always, never there. My 54.5% chance of winning today for Kansas City, who are sending Brad Keller against Jason Junk. All right, probably a joke right there, but I'm not going to touch it. Minnesota against Milwaukee. This is what I was talking about. 34.5% chance of winning with Chris Archer on the mound. Now, Chris Archer, 2.7 ERA on the road. He's been pretty solid this year. I know he's been up and down the last couple of years with injuries, but I do like the Twinkies here today. And look at that, 34.5. Corbin Burns, 63.9% chance of winning. I mean, Corbin Burns starting for the Brew Crew here today, minus 200, overvalued. I had him at minus 154, and I think it was an extra inning game last night. I think Minnesota steals one here today. Chicago, I love the White Sox here today. I love Giolito over Sensatella, and you can see there's that 43.9% chance of winning, which I like. Even though Colorado has the higher win percentage at 46.1, they are bearish, though. They are bearish, meaning they're either 2-5, 1-6, or 0-7 in the last 7 games. I got a 3-unit recommendation on Lucas Giolito. All right, Washington, LA. Finally, you know what? I talked about this in one of my podcasts this week. Anytime the Angels had an emotional or division rivalry like San Fran, and then you get a team like Washington, they come into your stadium and they steal the first 2 games. And I think this happened earlier in the year too, where LA was playing a bottom feeder, and then they came and they just they had an emotional series against I think it was the Padres, and then it could have been Washington again that came up. But for things that make you shake your head, right? What's going on here? But I do like LA to bounce back here today. Dodgers are going to send Andrew Heaney, who came up earlier, got sent down for shoulder injury, but we'll see what happens here today in the Dodger Stadium. All right, Houston taking on Oakland. Another situation here with Houston, having a good run. They beat those Yankees there after the All-Star break 2 games, and they had a good, was it Seattle? They went to Seattle and took all 3. And then they go to Oakland, and then things that make you go home. You're just trying to figure out what's going on. Cole Irvin going to go here today for the Oakland Athletics. And when I look at his numbers on the year, 5-7, 3.08 ERA, but he has an ERA of 1.63 at home and a WHIP of 0.92. Even though Irvin's numbers and all that are nice, I got to go with Houston today, and Houston 7. Christian Javier to the hill. All right, San Fran, Arizona. Looking at this one here, I got San Fran minus 115 and Arizona. Zach 10-gallon hat going here for the D-backs. At first glance, I did like Arizona. I like Gallon. I think he's like 3-0 at home. But, a bullish 5 days against a bearish 2 days. San Fran now a C-type team, 39.3%. I'm not going to bet it, but this is a coin flip to me. If I had to, I did take San Francisco on my bullpen picks. But this one here, I won't be surprised if Arizona does win. But I'm going to a C-type team, very bullish, law of average. This is basically a law of average play against Arizona. Texas taking on Seattle. I love Seattle here today. I love the Mariners. I got some crazy stats that I'm going to share with you on Seattle. In fact, I'll show you one of them right now. Here it is. This is too good to pass up here. The Mariners, as a pick'em, the 120 home underdog versus a right-handed pitcher the last 2 years. 21-3 straight up. How crazy is that stat? And then you got Cincinnati, Miami. I do like the Reds there. Subway Series, New York Mets taking on the Yankees. Going back to the Mets here. I did have the Mets as my members play yesterday, so I do like the Mets. Tampa Bay, damn, they just can't get it done on the road. 21-27. They had that game last night, and Shane McClanahan pitched a gem again. And the bullpen, unfortunately, let it down for the Rays in Baltimore. You know what? A scrappy Orioles team. Believe it or not, I think in the American League East division, every team has a winning record. Even the Boston Red Sox at 49-49. There's not a losing team in the American League East. That's how good the American League East this year. Toronto, big win. Speaking of American League East, a big win. Welcome back Buck Martinez to the press box last night. It was good to see Buck back. Hey, the Blue Jays. And Buck is back, so love to see that. St. Louis, I got a 3-unit recommendation, but I'm going with Toronto here again. I think St. Louis missing a few players. Arenado, and I believe there's another one missing. The big bats are missing because of the COVID situation rules in Canada. And then Cleveland, Boston, I'm going to lean with the Guardians here. 42.9% chance of winning for Cleveland. Now, the thing is, the Cal Quantrill's going. He's 5-0 at home, but only 2-5 on the road, so be careful. And the reason I'm taking that is because Boston, well, they're pretty bad. They're 1-9 against B-type teams in their last 10 games. All right, let's get to the fun fact department. I know you guys love this one. Anytime the Braves are a 140, 160 road favorite playing on a wacky Wednesday the last 10 years, they're hitting 92%, 12-1 straight up. Cincinnati with Castillo on the hill. Anytime they're a 140, 160 home favorite playing the month of July the last 6 years, well, they like July home cooking. 10-1 in this price range. The under is 10-1 for Colorado as a picking the 120 home underdog. The second game of a series the last 3 years. And let's finish on a high note right here. This was I should have finished with that one there, but that was a pretty good one. Let's go to a team we don't talk too much about. It's always all right, let's go to Baltimore. 10-2 at home in the month of July this year in the this season. 10-2 in the month of July for the Baltimore Orioles. And let me see, is there any other good ones? 19-4 for Houston as a road team coming off the last 3 games that went over the total the last 5 years. All right, let's go to bullpenpicks.com. That's where I post my picks each and every day. If you want to follow my selection, I'm hitting 56% on the year. And you might be saying, 56, well, I pick every game on the board. In fact, if you go look at my account, and you can see the last 50, I'm hitting, 53, 57. So not too bad, right? Just like I said. But if you go to view boards right here, and you click on this, there's my record on the year. 802 wins, 1,431 games. So I pick every game on the board, and you can see I'm having a pretty good day. So my picks today, Atlanta, San Diego, Kansas City, and if you see the percentage play below, that's the confidence level that I have on that team here today. I got Minnesota, I'm going to go with Archer. Chicago, LA, Dodgers, Houston, Giants, Seattle, Cincinnati Reds, Baltimore, Toronto, Cleveland, and the Mets. And my top 3 plays, Seattle, Toronto, and Cleveland. And you can get these picks each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. Don't forget, the Raymond Report is based on value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability/injuries, and I use a disciplined money management system. And that is the Diamond Surfing, Baseball Diamond Surfing for today, July Wacky Wednesday, 27th. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Enjoy the ball games, and we'll see you back here on a Thirsty Thursday. Cheers.